looking at the ES E-mini futures 2000 tick chart, and we're using price action rules and market geometry to determine where to enter for high probability setups. So when I come into the market and the market looks like it's kind of consolidating to the side, I'll always draw my top and bottom trend lines just to play it safe. You can see there's a lot of empty room here at the top. I came in around this area here and there's a lot of empty room here, so there is a potential for a wider downtrend. But it's a little bit too early to draw that, so I just went ahead and drew this trading range. You can see we broke out of the bottom of this trading range and ended up reversing in. Originally I had just this one drawn. You can see we broke outside of that channel, and then it created new extreme right here, a higher high than the highest high inside of this channel while it's still active. This one's higher, right? And we continued to work higher after that was created. So that made me look for a wider uptrend. So I drew this one. So what you do is you find your swing on the bottom, your lowest one, and you try to connect as many bounces as you can on the bottom of this trend line. And you copy, paste it at the top, and you can see the way it fits is it has overshoot. Now when I drew this, we didn't have this spike down yet, right? So when I see this, I just drew the channel and I see that we have potential overshoot. I want to see how it reacts and see if it reacts as overshoot. Overshoot, when it happens, can completely reverse the market sometimes, and it looks like that's what happened here. And now that we've retraced over 50% of this uptrend, you can see we're in like the 78% area. I do not expect this uptrend to get a new high anymore, especially because we had overshoot. Overshoot can often lead to reversal that create an imbalance where the market will not create a new extreme for this trend. So I'm going to be sitting on my hands here, really trying to get an understanding of where the market wants to go. It looks like we're going to be in the sideways trading range. Trading range rules tell us we want to buy low, sell high. The best setups that you can find in these trading ranges are failed second entries when you break out, right? So you have a breakout, new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short, failure. We have one here, as you can see, this nice bull bar, but it never triggered above it. So unfortunately, no opportunity to enter there. We might get another opportunity here though, but we'll see. All right, guys, we had this uptrend working higher, broke outside of that uptrend, created new extreme, and it's also a failed breakout at the top of this range. And like I said down here, there's a high chance that these breakouts fail, like 90% or something like that. That breakout failed, and we ended up having this spike down, so I drew another channel, and I was hoping for a second entry short here at the EMA, but you can see the second entry short that formed is super far away from EMA, so it's not a high probability setup. You want it to form right here at the EMA and find strong rejection, because this is your key entry point, right? This is where you're looking for the trades to format, because this is the overall bias, right? Trading range. Breakout failed. Price action rules tell us this downtrend needs to create new low. So we need to find a key entry point inside of these trading ranges, and the best one is either the top of this trend line here, which isn't super high probability, because a lot of the time if you're going short at the top of this range, you're going short directly into the EMA. You can see how EMA kind of stays inside the range the whole time. Other than here, we had a pretty strong breakout, but I had to skip this because we're not at the EMA. It's likely we'll create new low for this downtrend, but as you can see, we're starting to really consolidate sideways a little bit here. So really just a waiting game. This is area of development. The market's pretty slow this week, so it's important that you stay patient, right? You don't want to take trades that aren't high probability. You want to follow your rules. If it doesn't form at the EMA like you want it to, then you just have to sit on your hands and wait for the next thing. I mean, there's nothing else to do, you know? So Got to stay patient, guys. So let's see what the market wants to do here. The market's really slowed down here. You can see the ATR is at 1.7 right now, kind of just chopping sideways. There's a lot of empty room here at the bottom of this trading range. It's what we call bullish imbalance, but it's still a trading range, so I don't want to go long. And there's so much bullish imbalance that I don't want to go short into the range again. So just kind of sitting on our hands here. Days like this can get pretty boring, so it's important to stay patient. Let's see what the market wants to do. All right, guys, we ended up pulling back into the range after this failed breakout up here. There was a potential spike in channel, something like this, but considering that this had created a new high and we just worked higher a little bit longer and then ended up pulling back into range, I'm just going to keep this with the short-term uptrend break, push to new extreme, and then an overall failed breakout of this trading range that ended up in this spike down back, pull back into this range. So we're expecting this downtrend to create new low, unless, of course, we retrace too much of it. We're already around the 50% retracement area. So if we bounce here, push below EMA and get some kind of failed second entry long, I can consider it. But I'm going to go ahead and take my break here. The price action's been pretty slow, so I definitely want to grab some food and take a break and get my mind right before I come back and start looking for some more trades. It is 11 o'clock now, and the market closes at around 2, so I want to get off of here around 1. So a couple hours left. I'm going to take an hour break, and we'll come back and see what the market's done. All right. All right, guys, just came back from my break. So as you can see, we had this spike up, breakout side. Originally, I had it drawn a little tighter like this. And that channel has break, pushed a new high here. But since we broke here and ended up creating a new high over here, I just widened that channel a little bit. Considering this new high, after this new high was created here, I was looking for some kind of failed second entry long below EMA to ride this back into trend or into the range. You can see we're at the high of day. It's a range day all around. We're right off of this resistance level up here. So I was looking for something, but you can see it didn't form. We had a second entry. I was looking for a second entry short after this new low. So new low, first entry short, pull back, second entry short at the EMA, but nothing formed. Now we're back up above EMA at the top of this trading range, and there's still a lot of empty room, but there's still no wider uptrend. So gotta just go back to waiting. We gotta be patient here. I'm hoping for at least one good solid trade this afternoon. We still got about an hour left, so I'm hoping we'll be able to get something, but so far it's not looking too good. All right, guys, we had this failed second entry long off of the top of this range. It was really, really tempting. I actually tried to put my limit in here. You can see the risk is pretty small. It would have been 7 ticks if I entered at the close of that bar. You can see multiple times price tried to break through this level up here, but it bounced off of that level multiple times and found a lot of resistance here. There's a lot of bulls trapped trying to go long off of this EMA at the top of this range. At the time, I didn't have this wider uptrend drawn with break and new high. With this new channel drawn, break, new high, and then the failed second entry long off the top of the range, I'm really debating whether or not marking it red or black, but the fact that I'm questioning it, I'm just going to mark it black. It's a decent enough setup. If you risk this, you would have ended up scalping out with your, well, let's see how far it went. It went 19 ticks, so you could have gotten your 8 and your 16, and then a pretty decent runner. Depending on how it continues to push down here. We have this downtrend now, so. But I just wanted to let you guys know about this trade. Pretty decent. Really hard to pull the trigger on that one, though, especially because EMA is right here, and you're going short directly into that EMA. But then again, all the bulls are trapped here, right? So, decent trade. But I think I'll wrap it up here. I was really hoping we would get some better price action today, but you can see it's just a trading range sideways. It's kind of an unhealthy range. You can see there's a lot of empty room here, a lot of empty room here. So there's some bullish imbalance here, but then there was some bearish imbalance over here. So it was pretty tough price action to trade today, but overall pretty good. I was live screen sharing this chart and talking it through with my guys all day. So if you're interested in that, the link will be in the pinned comment in the description to my Discord. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I also answer all sorts of questions in my Discord. And feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be live screen sharing my charting sessions every day. Thank you guys for watching. Good luck with your trading.